since the age of 3, and I was told you have to be a teacher, a dance teacher. And I said, no, after 16 years of dance, I don't want to be a dance teacher, I want to be a professional dancer. And I said, how can I involve myself and my love for the arts, theatre, dance, and film, and everything that is artistic, basically, into a career. And I started my law training at the University of Malta and then at UCL in London, and I discovered this amazing subject called intellectual property law, and I could do really and truly marry my love for film, art, fashion, music, and the theatre, and into a law career. And intellectual property law is the law that protects these things, in fact. Oh, no, I need to see it. Thanks. and in fact, today's presentation is going to be about a few choice cases from the copyright world and the trademarks world, not focusing on patents, which is for inventions, and not focusing on the design right. But these are, I think, some things to share with you through my development from a lover of everything that's beautiful to a lawyer. And trademarks are about designs and logos and words. It's not just about the word YouTube, but also about the logo YouTube, and we're moving on now to newer and more interesting things, like the shape of things, like the shape of the Porsche Boxster, which is a trademark, so no other car manufacturer can have a car in that shape. But now we're also moving to smells, and there is a smell trademark, which is the smell of freshly cut grass for tennis balls. So there's somebody who produces tennis balls that have the smell, and he's the only producer who can have the smell on tennis balls, and I think it's a really interesting development when we get to this. We also have shape and also colour marks. So we have the sole of the Christian Louboutin shoes, which is red, and that's a trademark for that. But Yves Saint Laurent had produced a monochrome shoe, which is all red. So they had a big case in New York, and the judge said, okay, Yves Saint Laurent can do the red shoe, but it doesn't infringe the shoe trademark for Louboutin. Which also brings us to everyday life, which is the Budweiser case. Budweiser is the Budvar area in the Czech Republic, where they produce the beer. And then these people had immigrated to America, and now the American company wants to stop the European companies from calling the beer Budweiser. So you can see how intellectual property law is really everywhere around what we use every day, including iPods. You have patents and designs which protect these inventions, but a trademark for the way it looks lasts longer than any design right and any patent on the whole thing. And this brings me to copyright law, another one of my loves and my favorite areas. Copyright protects films and music and scripts and things like artistic works, and the law itself describes what an artistic work would include, and to include, for example, sketches and diagrams and etchings. However, there's an interesting case with Oasis where they took, Noel Gallagher had set out this whole layout for a photo shoot, and the paparazzi photographer from a tabloid snuck into the hotel and took a photo while they were having a photo shoot. Big court case, and the judge went into whether this is an installation or a collage, and said there's no sticking, and therefore it is not a collage, and therefore no copyright suit there. But in this day and age, we have a lot of downloading going on, and downloading is an infringement of copyright and intellectual property rights. We have everything from Napster to now BitTorrents and Pirate Bay. These people are all making money. In fact, Pirate Bay founders were sent to jail because of criminal infringement of copyright. And because copyright is being infringed, the music lobby have put software onto CDs to prevent you from copying a CD. And there is law in favor of not circumventing that software to protect, to stop you from copying. But then you have a legal right to copy for your own personal use. So where does this all take us? There's this whole conflict of intellectual property law and your own rights. And Time magazine has also called you the Person of the Year way back in 2007 because of your impact on social media and the way you interact with other people's content through uploading to YouTube and Facebook. And so much so that last year, because of laws about intellectual property rights, like ACTA, SOPA and PIPA, major corporations censored their websites as a protest that things are becoming a bit too strict in intellectual property law. And you see the whole thing. So anyway, moving on to art, as I said, I was always interested in all things beautiful, and so not just because I was a model for Anthony Calea when I was 11 years old, but also it stayed with me throughout my life, and I've married this as well with my work because I do art and heritage law, and I went to UCL and I've studied that. And what is art and heritage law? It isn't just about, the theft of the Elgin marbles or the Valletta sword from Malta, but it's the illicit trade in art is the FBI ranked third top illicit activity. And art theft isn't also glamorous like in Ocean's 11, but there are real thefts, like the bottom one, the Francisco Goya, was stolen by a pensioner who was protesting that the TV license was too expensive. The bronzes in the top, those were belonging to Yves Saint Laurent, and when he passed away, his heirs were asked by the Chinese government to return them, and they said, no, we won't return them unless China recognizes the Dalai Lama. Another topic of close to my heart, which I based my thesis on, is the looting of art during the Second World War. And there are many, many cases, present-day cases, where the heirs are coming forward to get back the artworks that were stolen or forcibly sold from their ancestors. The most famous case at the moment is the Marie Altmann case, where her niece sued Austria and won back these beautiful paintings by Klimt. That one sold for $135 million later, because she won it back and sold it. So that's a little bit about me and what I do. Thank you very much.